Okay, so this links was working well, and in each link there was the data, and data was coming properly. This item and city not exist as of now. Blog, user, books, and home. This component we have. Okay. Now we are going to start with the hooks, that is called state management. So in hooks folder, we have made any file yesterday? No files. In hooks folder, you will create the file today. Give the file name called hook1.js. Hook1.js we created yesterday. Okay, hook1.js. Okay, I have given hook 11. Okay, so hook1.js file is ready. Come to the hook1.js file. You have made yesterday, use that file. If you have not created, create new one. Okay, now go inside, use import React, comma. Okay, use import called React. After that, from React, import React from React. Next, after that, write a constant hook. My hook one, better you can write my hook one. Export default my hook one. Export default my hook one. We will write inside where under the SRC hooks is the folder name. Inside that, hook one is the JS file. Hook one is the JS file. Okay, so ready. Now come inside, create a constant variable. We call counter equal to 10. Counter equal to 10. Now after that, write call return a division. What we follow in other pages, id or class name equal to container. You have a class name equal to container. Come inside, write there h1. The React hooks state management example. The React hooks state management simple example. Come down below, right under the h2. The counter is counter variable. Counter is a normal variable. Just you are printing that. Now create a button here. Click to plus by 10. Click to minus by 10. Click to minus by 10. Two button we created. Click to plus by 10. Click to minus by 10. Ready? Next, after that, we will call this file under the component hook1.js, where we'll understand what is going to happen, anything is going to come or not. Okay, ready? Call this file in the app.js file. Add under the routing, give the path to the hook1. So hope you are able to call under the app.js file. In app.js file, we need to import the file. But question is, where is the file? File is available in which folder? Import function name myhook1 from hooks slash hook1.js. From hook slash hook1.js. Written. Come down below. Anything is running under the item array. This item array, any file we have created as of now, item list now, right? So we can write here same thing. Hook1 path is a hook1. Here also we can write as a hook-1. 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 Next, after that, come down below. You need to add one more path for this one. Which one? Hook1. So you can add the path in the last. Give here call hook1. Hook1. Then it will my hook1. Okay, ready. Next, after that, sequence. Hook the hook1 page once you click. What is the length? 10 is coming. Confirm once. Yes. Okay. Go ahead. I can hear. Okay. What's your name? Dinesh. Okay, Dinesh. Wait for a few minutes. Some other person will call you and she will write you. Some other person will call you and she will write you. Wait for some time. Okay. Hope ready. So it's showing like this. Huh? Page is loading or not? Where you must here. Please just now reply quickly. Your page is loading.
Loading, sir.
Loading for 4 people, remaining 9, 8 are there. What about others? Okay. So by default, it says the counter is 10. It says by default the counter is how much? 10. We want to make it as a functional. We want to make it a functional. When we click on button, when we click on button, when we click on button, then when we click on button, then the 10 should increase by 5. Maybe 10 will increase by 10 and this 10 will increase by 10. Buttons are coming very nearby. We can write one small CSS for that. So that button will look little better and then we'll come to the functionality. So let us come to your CSS file. Not loading or loading? Hmm? Hmm? Okay, leave that, add one more then. Add one more column. Okay, ready? Save it now. Come to the CSS file that is called index.css. Not working, so me. I'm going to. Here, what is your file? Hook1.js. Click on hook1.js. Hook1. File name is books you have given, right? Books1. Return. See, this my hook1. These all are okay. Okay, here counter is printed. This is also fine. Go to the app.js file. There you have the count. You call here hooks as not hook1, hooks1. Hooks double O K S hooks. File name is hooks. Let's see games. Okay, ready? Now go to the index.css file. Index.css file in your CSS folder. In the CSS index.css. Come at last end of the page. Okay, end of the page, and we can write a class called text hyphen center or maybe text center CENTER. Text center is the class name where you will write text hyphen align colon center. This is for what purpose? Sometimes when we want to display the content in the middle, we can use this class text center. Using the text center class, we can display the content in the middle. We can display the content in the middle. Okay, next after that, write a button. For button you write padding from top 7 pixel. Okay, 7 pixel will be more. Keep it 6 pixel. From top left right 15 pixel and bottom also 6 pixel and color blue color font weight little bold, font weight is bold, font weight bold. After that, font weight is bold. After that, margin also you can add in that. Margin 6 pixel. So 6 pixel gap will be there from all the side. Okay, margin 6 pixel. See the button look like this. So there little gap will get applied and button will become okay. Blue button better you can convert into orange color. Orange or orange red. It will be little highlighted. It will be little highlighted. Okay, hope ready. It will highlight it, appear. Same time, one more CSS we can write. Cursor colon pointer. Cursor colon pointer. Okay, cursor colon pointer is okay. So the CSS related stuff is done. We have a class called text center, or maybe text center you can keep directly center also. So wherever you want to call print anything in the middle, you can use the center. You can call the class as a center, then content will appear in the middle. Content will appear in the middle. Okay, ready? After that, so come to the HTML page. Under the HTML page that we have made hook1.js file. Under the hook1.js file, container you are calling, that is okay. After that, call one more class called center. So the content will print in the middle exactly. The content will print in the middle exactly. Okay, coming in the middle. Now when you click on buttons, now hooks we need to apply on this. And then on the click of this, the number should increase and number should decrease. So come to your component file and right here React you are calling already. React comma call a function that is called use state. Use state. Use state. State S will be capital. Use state is a predefined function available under this component, under the React component. From the React component, you are calling a function. Function name is called use state. Name is called use state. Okay, ready? Next, after that, this use state function, what is used for? What is the benefit of that? Let us go and see like this. You can come inside and write a console. Okay, before seeing the use state, you have to understand this point. Call array destructuring. Destructuring. Array destructuring. Array destructuring. Okay, what is the array destructuring? Let us see. Suppose there is one array. There is one array const array name is called city, 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 equal to a square bracket, and inside you keep here call Bangalore, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata. This is called multiple elements inside the array. Now, if you want to print the Pune, how to print the Pune? How can you print the Pune?
Console.log Pune position G of.
In a paragraph, you have to write. In a paragraph, you have to write Pune of, not Pune of, city of 2. City of 2. City of 2. Inside the city array, on second position, there is the element. Element name is called Pune. Ready? So printing Pune. Printing in the Pune. Center, I have called your class called center. Check in your CSS file. What is the class you have created today? You created center or text center. What is that class? Center one should work definitely. coming. Center will come in the middle. Now after that, suppose if I write in the next paragraph, if I write directly Pune, in the next paragraph, if I write direct Pune, will it work or not? Pune will work or not? We wrote here direct Pune, so Pune will work or not here? Pune will work or it will throw the error?
Error, sir.
Definitely error will come because Pune is not exist. There is no any variable called Pune. But we can print as a Pune also. How? Through the array D structuring. Let me guide you. Create another constant. Where this entire line you copy and paste here. And equal to city. Now inside city, how many values are stored? 5 values. First value is Bangalore. Remove from here all the double quotes. Remove from here all the double quotes. Okay. Printing now. What is printing? Pune. See here. So understand the structure. What is happening under the city variable? How many values were there? 5 values. 5 values was there. So what we did is, like suppose inside the project, if you want to print the Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, like many places. So if we print the city of 1, city of 2, city of 3, that is also possible. But every time, suppose if you want to print Chennai, what you have to do? You have to find out where is the Chennai, what is the position, what position? 3 now. In case if you want to print Kolkata, we have to again find position. If you want to find the Mumbai print, you have to find the position. Array destructuring method says like, why to find the position every time? Better than that, your array, how many elements you have, all the elements of the array assigned to a list of constant. Then what will happen? Under the city, what is the first value? Bangalore. And what is the first variable under the constant? Bangalore only. So Bangalore will hold the Bangalore. Mumbai will hold the Mumbai position wise. Okay. Value how many? 5. Constant variable how many? 5. Sequentially it will go. Bangalore will go to Bangalore, Mumbai will go to Mumbai, Pune will go to Pune, Chennai will go to Chennai, Kolkata will go to the Kolkata. Now while printing inside the page, you don't have to print the position. You want to print Kolkata, go inside the page and directly print here in a paragraph. In a paragraph, you can print directly as a Kolkata. Kolkata. Save now. It will print you Kolkata also. Kolkata is not a value now, it's a variable. It's a variable. Similar way, copy the same, paste here and print anyone. Example, Chennai. Center, you are not getting right the CSS for that. What you have written, show me. Hmm. Come here, why? How I will read from here to there. Where CSS you have written? Save, save the file. Is it saved? Click here. Click here. Click. Now save. Control S. Go to that file. Where you call the center. See why you are written capital here. Last name. Okay. See now there is no any error. It is working properly. It will be your typing mistake. Then only error will come. Check now. For how many people there is error? If you have not typed properly, then only you will get the error. Center. Okay. So this is called array destructuring. So from array, how many elements was there? Multiple elements. Those elements you assign to the list of constants variable. Now this all list of constants variable becomes a element, not element. This all becomes a constant that is holding the value in the sequence. So this becomes a array destructuring. If anyone asks what is the array destructuring, you can explain like suppose inside a array there is 100 element and I need to print all the elements maybe according to need here there in the pages. So every time I have to find the position and then only I can print. JavaScript has given a technique called array destructuring. Instead of writing the position wise, we can destructure the array and after that we can access the element by name directly. Like suppose Chennai is holding the value of Chennai. Kolkata is holding the value as a Kolkata. So instead of printing the particular array of particular position, we can now call by the variable name, directly constant name, and then we can. Okay, that is happening here. Your this use state function is based on array destructuring method. Use state method is based on array destructuring method. What that will do? Let us come and see down. Write a console.log. Console.log. Inside that, you can use the function called use state. Console.log print the use state. Console.log print the use state. Okay, use state you have written. Come to the browser and go to your console. Do the right click here. Check into the inspect. Check into the inspect. Once you click in inspect, after going to the inspect, you can reload your page once. After going to the inspect, you reload your page and click on console. Click on console. Click on console. Console, hope you have clicked. After clicking on console, now you can see here. Let me go to some other component and come back to this component again. So I can go to the product page and again I will come back to the hook page. Product page I went and came to the hook page. You can see in my page, you can see in the console, if it is visible, let's look into the console. You can see there is calling as a something, this line, undefined and S. I mean, undefined and S. Now, undefined and S. Are you in the console? Go to your browser, do the right click, select inspect. After selecting the inspect, after selecting the inspect, where we have written the console. Console I have written in the yeah. Console.log use state. Okay. Console.log. Go to your browser again. Click on the link again, other component. Product. After that, click again on hook one. Here it is coming. If you reload the page, then only it will come. Without reloading, how it will come. Okay, so hook ready. After that, after that, after that, you can see what you have done. Console.log. Console.log, you have given use state. Correct. We have given use state function. We did console.log. So how many it is printing? Suppose a square bracket is here. So a square bracket represents the array. A square bracket represents the array. Inside the array, how many elements? Two elements. Inside the array, two elements. The first element is says undefined, and second element is says as f. F, and total count is how many? Count is two. One is the undefined, another one is called function. Now when you click on this, it says on zero position is undefined and on one position there is a function. function name is called f. Correct? So use state will give how many parameter? 2 parameter. Use state hold how many element you can say? 2 element. One is called undefined and another one is called function. The first one is the variable and second one is function. Undefined meaning is it's nothing. We have not given any variable name there. It's saying undefined. Okay. So undefined represent the variable and if represent the function. Come to your code. Come to the VS Code now. Suppose if I write here, so how many value is under the use state? 2 value. The first one is undefined. Second one is which one? Second one is function. First is undefined and second is function. Speak along with me. Now const. Okay. So if I write here, see here inside the city variable, how many element was there? 5 element. So under the Bangalore, what you will find? Bangalore only. No. Now suppose here instead of Bangalore, if I write here call A, and here A, and here I write as a B. So what will be the value of A? The value of A will be, anyone can write in the chat. What will be the value of A and B?
Bangalore. A is Bangalore and B is Mumbai.
It will follow the sequence. Bangalore will go to the A and Mumbai will go to the B. Okay. Now suppose if I am going to write here, A or not A, X comma Y equal to X comma Y equal to use state. X comma Y equal to use state. Now in use state, how many variable value are there? In use state, how many values you saw just now sometime before? There. One was called first undefined and second one was function. So now look there. Use state where I sent to the A constant where X is the first variable and Y is the second variable. Under X what will come? Undefined. And under the Y what will come? Y is a function now. Now Y becomes a function and X becomes a undefined. Okay. At the place of undefined X is coming. At the place of undefined X is coming. And at the place of function which is coming? Y is coming. Okay. Now suppose if I go here and pass as a 20. So use state will give how many parameter? Now 20 parameter. Yeah, just now you saw no 2 parameter. 20 is the first value. Okay. So use state was something like this. Use state was holding 2. One was called undefined and second one was called function. Now inside the use state, how many value you pass? Only one value. But in use state, how many places are there? 2 are there. So first will go to where? First value. So under the first what was? Undefined. So undefined. Now undefined. Suppose if I remove from here 20, then under the use state there was a 2 parameter. One was called undefined and second one was function. Now at the place of undefined, I put here as a 10. Function we have not kept anything. Only at the place of undefined, first parameter we given as a 10. 0 position element we given as a 10. Now the 10 will go to where? X or Y? 10 will go to where? X or Y? Because first value will go to the first parameter. So here as Bangalore was going to A, similar way 10 will go to where? X. 10 will go to the X. Now if I print the X, how much we should get? We should get as a 10. So instead of X, I will put here as a counter. COUNTER, counter. At the place of X, I'll keep as a counter. You have written counter already one place in the beginning, you can delete that. Delete the first counter and keep the second counter. Okay, hope ready. So use state will go to use state will give two value. First is undefined, second one is a function. So in the undefined, what we are passing now? Under the undefined, we are passing now. Under the undefined, we are passing as a 10. And at the first parameter, what we have counter. So counter should print as of now how much? 10 only. 10 replace to 15 and check once. It's changing or not. 10 replace to 15 and check once is it changing or not. 10 we replace by the 15 and save date. Now in browser instead of 10 it should display the 15. See for me what it shows now. For me it is showing now as a 15. Okay. Now inside the counter you saw counter is the now what variable and then y become as a function because under the use state how many value was two value. The first value was undefined. Under the undefined you pass as a 10 15 and 15 gone to the counter. If you will not pass 15 then definitely counter will be undefined only. Okay, so instead of putting undefined we pass initial value as a 15. So when the page will load under the counter variable initial value will come as a 15 1 5. Okay. Next, after that, what should happen is we want to change the value of counter. So counter is a variable and y is the function. Y is the function or not? Because from use state how many has come? 2 has come. First one was undefined and second one is function. So at the place of undefined now counter has come and the counter is holding by default 15. Now next one is pending that is called y as a function. So y become as a function now. So via y you can update the value of counter via y. Okay. Directly you cannot change the value of counter. You must have to call the y variable. Y is a function here. You have to call the y function. Then only you can change the value of counter. Okay. So instead of y, I will keep here update counter. Update counter. Update counter. That is a function name. That can be anything but very good function. Okay, so we written. What is use state? We are going to learn the same. Wait for some time. Now, so what is under the counter variable? 15. What is under the update counter? What is counter? Is a variable or function? What is the update counter? It is the question for you. Reply in the chat. Counter is what and update counter is what? Anyone can put something in the chat. Counter is a variable or function?
Counter is a variable and update counter is a function.
Counter is a variable and update counter is a function. Now both are
Function.
constant. Both are constant. Okay. So if you want to change the value of counter variable, you cannot change directly. Use state will help you to change the value of counter variable. It's a constant variable. So whenever you want to change the value of counter variable, you have to take the help from the update counter only. Update counter. Remember, use state has given two things, two values. First value is function. Second value is first value is undefined and second value is function. So from the use state, we have taken both. Which one? Undefined and function. And given to whom? Counter and update counter. So update counter becomes a function. Sorry, variable. Counter becomes a variable and update counter becomes a function. Now, with the help of update counter, you can change the value of counter variable. What is the benefit of that? When we change the value of counter, what will happen? We are going to see. Now write a function inside, call const, C-O-N-S-T, const, write a function called 1. Function 1 equal to fat arrow method, come inside, okay, const function 1 equal to const function 1 equal to, it's a fat arrow method. Okay. Now write inside call alert. Alert call high. Write one more function. Function 2 call hello. Now this both the function we need to call on buttons. we have two button created below. We need to call the function. We need to call the function 1 and function 2 below on button click. We need to call the function 1 and function 2 on button click. So for that, we are going to write here on click, on click C will be capital, on click equal to call a function as 1. No need to write a function symbol. Just call 1 within the flower bracket. On click equal to call the function 2 just in flower bracket. Save your file, run the page once. What is going to happen? Is it going to print anything in the browser or not? Alert, button click, the function is calling or not? Button click alert is going to come or not? Check once. We'll wait 2-3 minutes. Little. It is overloaded today. Okay, so return. Now button click, alert will come. Hi and hello. Right? Getting alert. We want here under the function one. Go to the function one. Inside the function one, call that update counters. Update counter. Under the update counter, counter plus 5 or maybe counter plus 10. So what is the default value of counter? 15. 15 plus 10, 25. Check now. Group ready. Come to the browser, click on button. Whenever we click on first button, the value will increase by 10. Whenever you click, the value will increase by 10. Okay. Next, what we need to do? On button click, second button click. Call the same function. Update counter. Pass inside the actual value of counter minus 5 or maybe minus 10. Update counter is the function. Using that function, we can change the value of this variable. Default value is here under the user state. That will go to the variable because under the user state there is a two values. So out of two values, the first value is undefined. So at the place of undefined, we given a number, is it 15? So wherever you are assigning the instead of undefined, the first variable will be how much? 15. Suppose for example, if I give here as a empty, so what will be the counter variable? Undefined. Because you are not passing any value and default value is coming as a undefined. So instead of that, we are given as a 15 as a 15. So 15 will go to the first variable, and again when you call this update counter function and you are passing counter plus 10. So original value was already 15 of the counter, plus we are putting as a 10. So what will happen? It will get change, update. Here the minus is happening. Minus is happening. Now what is the meaning of a state? It's clear here. Come to the browser algorithm. The function one is calling the update counter. Update counter is changing the value of counter variable. Where? Under the JavaScript. This entire activity is happening under the JavaScript. Now see, counter variable you are printing under the HTML. How it is getting changed? Because state is helping us at the same time. State management is nothing but in your current page for a particular variable. What is the current value? Right? How, when you updated the value, what you deleted, what you updated, each and everything will get reflect in your browser immediately. That is happening by this function called a use state function, and that's called the state management. A state is nothing but the complete status, complete value of your current variable. What is the current value? Let me go to the browser and show you what is happening in the browser. When I come here, now let me refresh it and see here. Okay, when I go here, what is the current value? 15. As soon as I click here, immediately the value will get changed. That is, see, you are clicking here, you are calling the function. Function has updated the value. Function has updated the value. But how it is reflecting in the browser? Because the current state is checking what is the current state of the variable. Counter variable, what is holding. So at the time of page loading, it's saying, okay, counter is 15. As soon as you click on button, immediately value got changed. State will understand, oh, value got changed. Value got change of counter variable. Now in current page, how many places you are printing the counter variable? All the places the value will get changed. For example, go down and print here a paragraph. Print here for which one? Counter. Counter. Okay. Now come down again. Go down. Print under the H1. Under the H1. Print as a counter. Again go next. Under the division. Division. Print the counter. Counter. So you are going to change how many places? Only one place. And one place if you change, all the places wherever your variables are used, all the places it will get changed. That is called a state. Your current state of the value is 15, it's holding the 15. And once you modify that, the state got modified, means variable got modified. Now wherever you are calling the variable, all the places it will display the value. Wherever you are calling the variable, all the places it display the value. Okay, all the places it happening all the places. See, change one place, getting modify all the places. So how the React is tracking the value got changed or not? Because of the state management. No, state management. State management. State, what is the state? State meaning is what? The current value, when it change, what change, how change, all is managed by whom? This function. Which function? use state function. All is being maintained by use state function. Okay, and that is called as a state. Overall, from adding, listing, deleting, everything you can control to see. Here, very logical question. You call the function button click, you call the function, and after that you change the value of a variable, right? You change the value of the variable here. You have not touched anything under the HTML. Are you calling the paragraph? Are you calling the H1? Are you calling the division? Are you calling this H2? No, nowhere. But still how the value is getting changed. Because the counter variable is not a simple variable. It is the state variable. That variable come from where? State. Now inside the state, what you are doing? Inside the state, you are updating the value. You are minusing the value. You are plusing the value. So whenever you are updating the value, information will go to the state. Where? Under your React only. Okay, state will go, information will go to the React. And then information will go to the state. And state will understand, oh, value got modified, change all the places. Value got added, change all the places. Value got minus, change all the. So whenever immediately, you can see here, it's not taking the even fraction also. As soon as you click, change happens. It's taking some time to click, but the value is coming before that. See, as soon as you click will happen, event will get fired. The value will get changed, right? So this in JavaScript, remember, through inner HTML we were sending the value, through inner text we are sending the value, right? So competition in the market with all the JavaScript framework is only one. Which is the language, which is the framework and library who can fast send the value fast, who can send the value fast from where to where, from JavaScript to HTML. So look at here, as you click, how fast happen. Clicking taking some time, but the value is not taking time. As soon as you click finish, value will come. As soon as the click happen, value will come. Okay, so React.js says like I have a feature of a state management where each and every point I can track the value of a variable, and as soon as the changes will happen, I will send to the browser. Okay, so my data binding is super fast. Who will say? React says. Okay, similar way Angular also computer will say mine is also fast like you. The jQuery will say mine is also fast like you only. Okay, so competition, whichever the language in the market, send the data to browser as fast as possible. That will become a popular. Your React is popular. Why? Because speed wise. Okay, data binding is very fast. Sending the data, receiving the data is very fast. Okay, so based on this, you are going to learn entire React. Your entire, this is the use state. Use state, what we have used here. State management is the backbone of React. Okay, whoever work in the market, whoever the React developer work in the market, every React developer use this one. Which one? Use state. Okay, without use state, they cannot write the project. It's that much important. Okay, it is that much important. Okay, so let us come. So this one example is ready. We can create one more example to implement the next thing. Okay, use state only. Use state, if you understand properly, that meaning you understood a lot of things under the React. Through use state only, you will maintain the data, you will send the data, you will capture the data. Okay, data will come from API, give to use state. You will take from the text box, give to use state. Everywhere use state is there. Okay. So now again, for revision purpose, under the use state, how many parameters? How many elements under the use state? Two. First is undefined, second is a. Now what we did is we created a variable and function, customized variable and function. So counter becomes a state variable and update counter becomes a state function. Okay, state function. Now using the state function, you can change the value of a state variable. But both came from where? Both came from the state. So how it came from the state? Via function called use state. Okay, both the variable is our own variable, but inside the variable, the main functionality came from where? State. But how it came from the state? Via this function called a use state. It has, people also call like The first is the variable. It is holding the current value. Current value. Second is the function that hold the updated value. And use state will give you the default value. Okay. Current value, updated value, and then initial value. Current value will be where? Under the counter. Updated counter will be updated. Update counter will hold the updated value. And initial value will come from where? Use state. Now look down. So suppose I have given the initial value how much? 15. So this 15 will go to where? Counter. So the counter will hold the current value, right? The current value came from where? Use state as a initial value. Now, if you look at this point, update counter. What is the value of counter? 15. And what is holding here? 15 plus 10, how much? 25. If I look into the counter, it is holding as a 15 only. But if I look under the update counter, it is holding 15 plus 10 as a 25. So we can say update counter is going to bring the or hold the updated value. And yes, updated value. Counter will hold the current value. And initial value will come from where? Use state. Okay. Right? That also people can, or people call it a variable, function, and then use state. Or if you want to explain someone, you can say current value, updated value, initial value. In case they ask how can you say, then at that time you need to write this line. What is it? Console.log. And then you can say use state will give the two value. First value is the empty, undefined, and second is a function. So here what I am doing, at the place of undefined, I am passing as a 15. And then I am capturing under the two variable, whereas the first variable will become my initial value and second will become as a function. As same as array D structure. So this line, if we explain someone saying like, if this is a destructuring method, if we explain, then this will be easy to understand. Because inside the array there was a 5 element and we created the 5 constant, and on the constant we assign the value. Similar way, use state has the two variable, two value, both the value you assign in a constant, whereas first variable becomes a first constant becomes a variable and second constant becomes a function. With the help of function, we can change the value of variable. Okay. So initial value, sorry, not initial value, current value, updated value, and after that which one? Initial value. Okay. Next, after that, we will work on hooks 2. Hooks 2 for array manipulation. Like this is the single variable. If we have a data in array, how to handle that? Okay. So create the next file, hook2.js. Create the next file, hook2.js. Hook2.js. And hook only. Hook2.js, create the name file. Import React. Use state. From React. Next, write a constant so equal to export default maybe come down return division class name container and center also. H2 or H3 you can write. Use the state array and list delete. Use the state array and list and then now go here, use a constant book list comma date book equal to use state square bracket. You can give array also as a initial value. You can give array also as a initial value. Store to value called Java, Python, Node. Below H4 available books, book list of 10. Okay, then we will work again on the same tomorrow. Array manipulations. Project is set up yesterday. The question I have given you 7 questions to set up the project. Half in 12, 24 hours you did a half only. Yeah. Sit for a long time, yeah. Do that. It's important. Not only important, very, very important. Okay, hope added. We can work again on the same tomorrow, single dimensional array.